O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to a Bill in Boca Raton. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not too much. Enjoying the warm weather in Florida just like you, except on the other coast.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yep.
Do you listen on the internet right now?
Yes.
Cool, man. Cool.
No, I enjoy that. That's in your Tiger TV and everything. I've been watching you for years, and you've really taken this whole programming to a level that's just phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Good day, traders. Hi, folks. Welcome to the Tom O'Brien Show. I'm your guest host, Steve Rhodes, coming to you live from the TFNN television and radio network. This show is coming to you live on Tiger TV. Just go to the TFNN website, click on the Tiger TV button at the top of the web page, and you can click on Channel 1. You can watch this show live. Now, today, you know, what we've been working on, what Tom has been telling you, we've been working on new technology. We were hoping to get it all completed over the holiday weekend, and this is technology where you're going to be able to watch this show live. You're going to see charts and you're going to see video like you've never seen on your iPads, on your iPhones, on any internet-enabled device that's got a screen. For the most part, you'll be able to see that, and we should have that back up and running. But what you can do is you can go to Tiger TV right now, and you'll be able to follow my charts. And that's really what it's all about, because what I want to be able to do is I want to just simply have the opportunity to teach you how to use some of the technical tools that I know will absolutely aid you in your trading. Now, folks, if you don't know me, I absolutely love being here with you. This truly is my best part of the day, and there's no other place I'd rather be. And for me, folks, that's what life is all about. It's all about being exactly where it is you want to be. Now, I know the value of your time, and I appreciate your presence here today, but mostly I am grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Now, our call-in number is 877-927-6648, and I'd love to hear from you. I'd be honored to take your call. And again, I'm Steve Rhodes. I host the Trader's Edge show, so I kick things off for us at TFNN each and every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m., and then from 10 to 11, Tom and I do a show called the Money Masters. We do that each and every day. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I come back from 11 to 12. So, you know, I'm already warmed up. I did 2 hours this morning from 9 to 11. Tom is out at a gold show out in San Francisco. Yes, King Dollar is out in San Francisco, and I think he took the dollars with him because we had the dollars pulling back today. You know, we'll go take a look at that. I also am author of a daily investment and trading newsletter called Mastering Probability, and that newsletter service currently producing about a 45% annual return rate, and you know, everything great that's ever been achieved in life, whether it's making millions of dollars in a day to entering and exiting successful trades, comes down to one thing, folks, and that one thing is strategy. And mastering strategies is the secret to success. It'll get you from where you are today to where it is you want to be tomorrow. You know, and the question you've got to ask yourself is where is it that you want to be, folks, and what's the strategy that you're using to get there? And one of the key strategies, folks, and I get asked this all the time, is what it really comes down to. The key strategy is all about the power of your focus, because your focus controls really your primary question. You see, the primary question that we ask ourselves day in, and it's something we ask ourselves day in, day out, and folks, one of the questions I'm most often asked is, how do I get from where I'm at right now, meaning, you know, where you're at in your life or where you're at in the market, your trading career, to where it is that you want to get to? And this, folks, is an absolutely fantastic question. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I love to share my philosophy. It's real quick. Then we'll go to these markets. My life is driven by the ant philosophy. You might say, what the heck is that, Steve? Well, I'm glad you asked me. You see, the ant philosophy is a 4-part belief system for success. Belief number 1, ants never quit. If an ant is headed somewhere and you try to stop them, what will they do? They will find another way around. They'll climb over you, they'll climb under you, they'll climb around you, and they'll keep looking for another way. So never quit looking for a way to get to where you're supposed to be, folks. Belief number 2, ants think winter all summer long. This, folks, is such an important perspective, because summer doesn't last forever. And ants gather their winter food in the middle of summer. Belief number 3, folks, ants think summer all winter long. Now this, folks, is even more important, because during the winter, the ants remind themselves that this won't last forever. They'll soon be out of here, and the first warm day, what do the ants do? They come out. And if it turns cold again, they dive back down. They put on their bear rug, if you will. But as soon as it warms up, they can't wait to get out. And belief number 4, this is the final belief. How much will an ant gather during summer to prepare for winter, folks? All they possibly can. This, my friends, is the way to live. Never give up. Always look ahead. Focus on what you want. Stay positive, and most importantly, do all you can do. Do all you can do, folks. It's just as simple as that. So let's go see what our markets are doing out there. We had the Dow finish up 291, up 2.5%. The S&P's up 33 points, up 2.9, almost 3% up there. The composite up 85 points. The Russell up 31 points, closing out at 697.50. You had the NDX 100 up 73 points. That was up 3.4%. You've got the dollar index. That's the only thing that's red on my charts here. The dollar index down 46 ticks. And you had gold up $28, finishing out the day at $17.13. Silver up $32. You had platinum up $11, closing out at $15.44. Light sweet crude up $1.09, trading right now at 97.86. Again, 877-927-6648. Give me a call. We can go take a look at whatever it is that you'd like. And, you know, folks, what we have going on here, what I've got up on my screen right now is a picture of the Dow chart. And what you can see on the Dow, we had, you know, absolutely huge price movement today. And there's a candle formation that was completed. If you are someone that, you know, takes a look at different candle formations, if you're a student of Japanese candlestick formations, and Friday was what they call an inverted hammer. And the combination of the last 3 trading sessions, that's created what is known as a 3-river morning star. You've probably heard of a morning star. It's actually, the full name is a 3-river morning star. It was named after General Nobunaga Oda, who aided in unifying Japan in the 16th century. That's right, 16th century. You see, Japanese candlestick charting has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. And you see, Nobunaga-san, he fought a key battle that occurred in a very fertile rice-growing province guarded by 3 rivers, hence the name. You see, victory was Oda's once he was able to get his troops across and hold these 3 rivers. Now, when a morning or when an evening star formation occurs, folks, it will be difficult to get through those 3 rivers once they're formed. Well, here, when we take a look at the Dow has both a evening star formation, which is at its highs, and a morning star formation. The evening star formation, folks, if you're looking at my screen, you can see my cursor going around the dates, but I'll give them to you. It's the October 27th date, the October 28th date, and the October 31st date. And that October 27th is a real important planetary index date, so kind of amazing that formation occurred there. So you've got a 3 rivers evening star. What that says to us is it's going to be hard from a battle standpoint, because that's really what's going on out here. This is about the battle between the bulls and the bears, and we use different pattern technology to be able to interpret what's going on in these markets. And I certainly am one that is a fan of history, a fan of Japanese candlestick charting, a fan of so many different things. And what we now have, what it looks like we now have set up here, folks, is truly the battle between the bulls and the bears, because the bulls have drawn their line over the last 3 trading sessions. And the bears, they drew their line in that October 26th, October 28th, and October 31st time frame. So this, in fact, may be setting up our trading range right now. And the trading range is a low of 11,231 on the Dow, all the way up to that 12,284 area. So we're going to pay close attention to those candle formations. Now, the S&P, let me put the S&P up on my screen here as well. The S&P has got the same formation going on up there. So, you know, you've got it in the Dow, which is 30 stocks, but the S&P, you're talking 500 stocks. And you're talking the same time frame, the same dates, where you've got that same formation. So if we take a look at what's going on inside the S&P, our trading range could be established right here, right now, that low of 1158 all the way up to the 1292 area. And what's it all going to come down to? It's going to all come down to King Dollar. But before we go take a look at King Dollar, you know, let's go take a spin and take a look at the ETF structure. Now, before I get to the ETF structure, you know, if we take a quick spin around the world, you had Europe up hard. You had Europe, the DAX was actually up 252 points, 4.6%. You know, we'll take a look at that. I'm doing the 4 to 6 tonight shows, and so we'll take a look at that at some point in time during the show. So you had the FTSE up almost 3%, up 148 points. You know, Shanghai was only up 1/4 of a point. That's if Shanghai was open. I didn't get a chance to go look at that today. The Hang Seng up 348 points, up 2%. You had the Nikkei up 127 in the Nikkei, and we'll take a look at the Nikkei in a bit. The Nikkei has formed an island reversal pattern at the bottom. Interesting. So if we go take a look at, let's go over to the ETF structure, because, you know, what happened here today, folks, is Friday, as you know, was Black Friday. And I understand it was a record-setting Black Friday. Now, I didn't participate, but probably some of you out there did. And today being Cyber Monday, I imagine that this is going to be a record-setting day. And that must be the reason, folks. That must absolutely be the reason that no one, and I mean no one, was out buying these markets. We've got price conviction without volume, and what does that lead to, folks? That leads to creating the B to a C of an ABC down, or it leads us to quite a wide sideways trading range, like I just pointed out, because of the formations that we've got inside the Dow and the S&P 500. If we go take a look at the ETFs out there, we'll pop those up on my screen right here. We'll take a look at the volume that we've got in there. We'll go ahead. Let's start with the diamonds. I know Tom starts with the SPYs, but what I want to show you here on the diamonds here, the diamond, the volume that we had on the diamond, certainly better than Friday at 6.6 million shares. But what was that going into? That was going into the downdraft of 18 million shares on November 21st. Now, the diamonds absolutely gave us the key signal, and they gave us a couple of key signals. They gave us a key signal on November 21st when it broke through the B point of the November 1st area. That November 1st area, 15 million shares. The low on that was 116.03. You came busting through that on November 21st with 18 million shares. And if you've been listening to Tom for, some period of time over the last 15 years, you know he's talked about 3 gap plays. Well, when you take a look at the chart, when you take a look at the diamonds on the way up from October 4th, we had 3 gaps. The first gap occurred between October 7th and the October 10th time frame. Now, you got to remember that time frame, because in a 3-gap play, what happens is you usually come back to that first gap. Well, your second gap occurred on the October 20th time frame, gapped up from October 20th to the 21st, and then your third and final gap came in on the October 27th time frame. And where did we get back to on the Dow Diamonds, folks? You came back on Friday, on Black Friday. You came right back right into that first gap. So you want to understand these 3 gap plays. Why? Well, we've got 2 gaps right now on the way down on the Dow Diamonds. The first gap that we had out here occurred between the November 18th and the November 21st time frame. So not only did we come through the B point with volume, we gapped down, and we gapped down with volume. And where do we have that second gap? We had that second gap between the 22nd and the 23rd. Folks, 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for being here. We'll be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company, trade